What is up, my friends, and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be trying to beat Grandmasters building 10 units or less. Now, SCVs obviously don't count. I know there's still going to be at least 5 people that will comment it, because I know you guys, but SCVs do not count. I'm not allowed to use them in the attack, however, so SCV pools are out of the question. Now, you might be wondering why the hell I'm not proxying. I think against Zerg, proxying actually wouldn't work, because I believe you need more than 10 units. Like, if you do a proxy racks, I mean, sure, you could probably do some damage with the first 5 Marines and hope your opponent rage quits, right? But to really beat them, I think you need more than 10 Marines. I think Proxy Reaper is actually a possibility. I feel like 10 Reapers should be very, very doable there. So Proxy Reaper is another option that I had, but I'm actually going to go for something that's probably going to surprise you guys. I'm going to go for a double Battlecruiser rush, because I think it is a decent way to win the game without having to build that many units. Now, obviously, you might need some units on the defense. That's where it's going to get tricky, right? Hopefully not more than, like, I want to say at most 4 Marines. Like, it could also be less than 4 Marines that I need, but that's going to be very scary. I could also go for a Reaper. That is maybe not the craziest idea, because Reaper is a nice outplay unit, right? Maybe I could kill some drones here and there. It's a pretty high value unit. So maybe I should go for 1 Reaper. I would say that realistically, if this strategy is going to work, I would need at most 6 Battlecruisers. Like, well, maybe even 4, actually, because basically what happens is you teleport 2 BCs in, right? They defend it with Queens. And then your next 2 BCs teleport in, and they pretty much have to find the Spire. And then if your opponent can't make Corruptors, they die. So 4 or 6 BCs. So let's keep room for 6 units. So let's make 4 units at most. I guess 1 Reaper and 3 Marines would be okay there. Reaper does cost units, or sorry, gas though. So that is a little bit of a downside there. It's funny, like, it costing units is more important than it costing gas here, actually. So even though I misspoke, that actually makes a surprising amount of sense. Okay, and obviously if we get all lind, we're going to be in a big amount of trouble. So let's send out an SCV to scout. See if we can find perhaps a Roach Warren or something like that. If it's a Roach Warren, the only thing we can do against it is scout it. And hope that the opponent changes their mind. That's actually the number 1... way to defend cheeses, by the way. You scout it and then your opponent just doesn't do it anymore. That's pretty much like exactly the best thing you can do against cheeses. Because defending it is often harder than just scouting it. Now let's see. I'm gonna YOLO this in. So far it looks pretty normal, actually. 4 Zerglings as well. Kept them all at home. That means he wasn't paying attention, most likely, because he definitely could have moved those out already. And now I'm gonna go up to 4 units. Not entirely sure I need those, but there's a chance I do. And if I do need them, I would just die instantly if I don't have them. So I think it makes sense. Let's get a starport over here. You can also use the Marines to deny the Overlord, of course. That is not crazy. Okay. He is trying pretty hard to deny my scout. That is always a little bit suspicious when they do that. I'm going to move my factory over. I need extra gases, but I'm not quite sure when I need them. I think I might need them already, actually. I mean, it's going to be Fusion Core, 2nd Starport, and then 600 gas for the BCs, right? Okay, so he's once again trying to deny my scout. Let's go in here. There's a Roach Worm. I'll throw a grenade at it so he really knows that I've seen it. There you go, guys. Mental warfare. You guys witnessed it. And then we get Fusion Core, 2nd Starport, of course. Then I go for the double Tech Lab. Okay, saturate these gases if I can. Probably get these links off my back with a grenade. That's decent. Not gonna get far enough though. That's okay. How do I make this look not suspicious? The honest answer is that I can't. I'm not even gonna care about it being suspicious. Honestly, I'm just gonna do it this way. I think it makes sense. Like, anything that he scouts me with is gonna realize what I'm doing, so it's whatever, you know. It's honestly whatever. I haven't seen an Overlord yet, by the way, which is pretty crazy. Do I have enough money for the double BC? Almost. Let me cancel a couple SCVs there. You see, it's almost perfectly timed. I was actually, the gases were even slightly too late there, which is freaking insane, by the way. I can't believe that's even possible. Okay. Then I guess, yeah, I mean, this is the only thing I can do from this point on, right? I make a bunch of BCs. Okay, now honestly, he knows. Like, I feel like there's no way he doesn't know after scouting the most sus base ever. For the people that don't know why this is sus, is first of all, there's a barracks here, which is supposed to be building units. There's a single engineering bay here. There's no command center in the wall. There's no units. There's no Hellions. Like, this is the most suspicious base I have ever seen myself. I could have done a 5 times better job of this, without a doubt, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, so... Alright, so I'm gonna have Yamato for BC 3 and 4. That's gonna be nice. So far, I am still only on 4 units, so that is great. I'm barely not gonna have a scan. That is a bit unfortunate, because I would really like to know where I should go. Right? I would really like to know that. I could wait for 5 seconds. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for this one anyway. Let me do a scan. I just want to know where the queens are. I don't want to teleport on all of the queens. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna mind game him a little bit and go here. Maybe if you move the queens up into the main, I can target the spore real fast. Spores right now, they're really good against BCs, but mostly because they have transfuses. Okay. Wait, he had no lariat. Ooh, guys, I think we actually... Yeah, he made a lot of links, too. I think his build was not that good against what we're doing here, guys, to be honest. Maybe I can even target fire this spore. It's a little crazy what I'm doing. But I think we can get away with it, to be honest. So that spore is going to die. The queens are going to die. So now he made a spire somewhere. And now our mission is basically to just find the spire. That is our entire mission. So I think what we're going to do is... I'm actually going to try and block this. Is that possible? It's a little crazy. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can find the spire. I want to guess that it's... Actually, I can Yamato this as well. It's only 1 spore. So I can just go ahead and kill this. I have 2 more BCs finishing now, which are going to be able to take care of... Ooh, let me click those real quick. Of this counterattack over here. Let's try to... Oh, this I didn't manage to land even. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, let's kill that one. Now, I'm going to lose every single SCV, but we have to find the spire. That is the... Wait, actually, he hasn't built one? He actually hasn't built a spire? That is kind of surprising. Okay, so my next units are my last ones, by the way. These are the last units that I'm going to be able to build. Okay, let's see. No spire here. Does he have another base for the spire? It doesn't look like he's building a spire, actually. Which is kind of insane. Hey, I don't really want the CC to die. Honestly, it barely matters, but I still don't want it to die. Okay. Oh, that's... Why are you the one? Okay, let's make sure to not lose any units over here. I did lose another command center. It honestly does not matter at all. Because I can't make more units than this. So this is kind of funny. Actually, we kind of found ourselves into a little bit of a base raid over here. Oh, I can repair this BC, though. That's maybe the best thing that I can do. Okay. Now, it sucks for me that I didn't find the spire. I'm actually afraid that he has it. Because it would be insane for him to not have built a spire. That's kind of the thing. Was this one secretly a spire, perhaps? Is that possible? Oh, I found it. Yeah, okay. There we go. It was actually that one. So he did build it very, very late. Which is kind of funny. Okay. I think we're just going to Yamato that one down, to be honest. There we go. That's one too many Yamatos, actually, but that's okay. There we go. Now we just target the spores one by one. Looks like there's not another one. There's no other spire. The spores do so much damage now. It's actually absurd how good they are. So much damage. Okay. Try to repair this. Because I'll fly these away. Let's kill this base real quick. You can go back. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, let's kill the hatcheries one by one. I think that's probably the right way to go about this. Kill this hatchery. Might lose a queen if it gets a little bit too close. Okay, so that's going to get repaired. I have 1 more BC that I can teleport across over here. Which I'm going to do. Repair this guy, then this guy. Then we're going to go over here. Let's see. Spire. No spire found there yet. It's very possible that he just built it somewhere. Like, in a random location, I mean. Not quite sure. Oh, that's going to be a lot of... stuff dying, no? Look at this. He's gonna lose a lot of stuff over here. He's gonna try to get back to his main base to mine because that's his last hatchery. But that is not gonna be super efficient. He's gonna lose so many. Then he's gonna lose these queens on the way out as well, which is great. Let's teleport this one back for now. How do I want to fight against this? That's a really good question, actually. Okay, there's another BC that I have with teleport. Let's get that one in the back over there. He's trying to take gases now, which does make me believe... that he has a spire built somewhere, right? Because he's trying to get enough corruptors out, basically. Okay, GG is called. And there we go. 6 BCs, 3 Marines, and 1 Reaper. Exactly 10 units against the Grandmasters. Now, this was a very complicated game, a very scary game to play. I'm actually a little bit curious about the spire timing here, by the way. Because I felt like he could have built it a little bit sooner, right? Like, could have built it right now, like 6:10 or so. And he ends up building it at... Oh, that's really late. So I wasn't insane. He never built it. Like about a minute delayed. And all the time I was so paranoid. Like I must have missed. Like for example, he could have built it like here. This might be legit the best place to build it, by the way, because you can build it in between the spores. But then I probably will find that I can use Yamato. He could have built it here, or here, or here. Obviously not a situation he's well versed in. But game number 1 is a dub. Let's keep it going. Okay, game number 1 is against a Grandmaster Terran. Now, I do think this is... he's usually random, by the way. I'm kind of surprised to see him play Terran. I thought he had a great time playing random, actually. He was... he's a big fan of Protoss strengths, I know that. Anyway, this is probably the most difficult matchup for this. I'm gonna try to go for a little Proxy Reaper here. Well, I can't go for a little Proxy Reaper. I have to go for a massive Proxy Reaper because I don't think you can actually do enough damage with just 2 barracks. I could be wrong, but I feel like if you go 2 barracks Reaper, if they play like super greedy without scouting, then sure, you can kill them. But if they do anything with a scout, you can get ahead from it still if you micro really well. But I think it is impossible to win the game. And that means that afterwards I would only have like... Either I make 10 Reapers and I can't win the game, or I make like 2 Cyclones and 1 Medevac and 7 Reapers or something. It's really not that marvelous, right? So I think I'll have to go for a 3rd barracks as well. Is this the right builder? I think it is, yeah. Barracks, gas, barracks, gas, barracks. That sounds about right to me. Okay. And then we're going to be able to make 10 Reapers. This is pretty much what I would do against Zerg as well for a 2nd attempt. I'm actually pretty curious if I could do that. You know what? I just thought of this. It's probably a really good way to practice your like killer instinct and micro when you're like forced, because you can only make 10 units, right? So you cannot just chill a little bit and, you know, kill a couple units and then transition. No, you actually have to freaking mess them up. Like there's a sense of urgency to it. So it could actually be a good way to practice that as well. Only allowing yourself to make 10 units. Kind of a funny little experiment that would be. Now, I think I sent... Do I even send one back? I mean, if I use them for the attack, they count. How much of a rush am I in? That is the question. I think I'm going to use 1 for the attack, actually. So I'm going to be able to make 9 Reapers. That sounds... That's also a little bit wasteful, but I think most of the damage needs to be done early on anyway. That's kind of the thing, right? Like, it's not like I'm, you know, gonna win with the 10th Reaper, most likely. So I think I'm actually gonna use this guy for the attack. So that means I can only make 9. Now, knowing myself, there is a small chance I'm gonna make too many units by accident. In that case, I'll have to kill them. So, let's see. Okay, SCV's gonna go in. What can I find over here? Nothing yet. Oh, we got the perfect build order, I think. Greedy, greedy. Oh, no. Good grenade. Okay, we're going to be a little careful here, because 2nd unit is about to pop out, right? So we got to keep that in mind. Oh, he misrallied it, though, so we're going to be able to kill that one. Now, let's see if we can stop that factory for a bit. We can't. Okay, so I have 3 units right now. I haven't lost one yet. Well, I lost the SCV. Let's see. Oh, that was a good target fire there. That was great. Now, we got the Hellion on the way, but it's not going to do it. GG is called. And that is game number 2. Now, this was honestly... This was exactly what I was talking about, by the way. If they play greedy without scouting, you can kill them even with 2 racks Reaper. Well, he did it against 3. This is insane, by the way, what he's doing. Reaper Expand is a perfectly reasonable build. But first of all, you scout with the SCV, always, okay? Or you just die for free. 100% you die to this. You shouldn't be able to stop it. But then he didn't even send his Reaper out. Like, this is literally as greedy as you could possibly get. Like, this is kind of insane, to be honest. Well, I guess we got an easy dub. Let's go to game number 3. Okay, game number 3 is going to be against a 5.8k Grandmaster Protoss. That is really not going to be an easy match. That is for sure. I think I have to go for a Proxy Marauder of some sort. Like, I don't know if anything else actually works against Pro. I could do some kind of tank push, but tank pushes do rely on, you know, actually having enough Marines to sustain the tank push for the most part. And I think 2 tanks, 1 Liberator, and 7 Marines, probably not gonna cut it, even against like 1 shield battery. So we're gonna have to go for a Proxy. And I think I'm gonna go for Proxy Marauder. It's actually a pretty famous build by me, because I'm the only one that does it, mostly. Proxy Reaper, 1 Reaper. I could also do 0, but I think I'm gonna go for 1 this game. Then Marauders. Then I'm gonna make a factory at home, Proxy a starport, And then we're going to have a Marauder Hellion elevator into the main base. Now, I think that works out pretty perfectly for the 10 unit limit, because I would have 1 Reaper, 4 Marauders, 4 Hellions, and 1 Medevac. The biggest problem is that very often I do a serious amount of damage, but I don't win the game with it. It's like, I usually make like an extra tank or a Liberator, or I get Stim, you know, that kind of thing. But I can only have the 4 Marauders and the 4 Hellions, so that is really not going to be that spectacular. So I guess we'll see. I guess that means that I won't use the SCV to bunker. Normally I do like to do that, but that would involve my SCV in the attack, and I honestly don't think I can lose a unit for an SCV. I just don't think that's efficient enough. So instead, we just go for a little scout around here. Build a factory over there. If I build the factory, he's going to think that it's not Proxy Marauder. Okay. Like, actually, that's a pretty cool idea. I didn't even think about stealing the gas, but maybe you can actually do that. That could be pretty nice. Okay, now he sees it is just going to be a regular Proxy Reaper. Well, at least he thinks so. Might actually not make a battery because of that. I guess we'll see. It's not gonna... Oh, wait, that's... Oh, guys, we could snipe that from downtown. We can snipe that from downtown with the Marauders. Okay, he's probably gonna make a battery, if I have to guess. No, he's not. Okay. So he thinks he's gonna be safe without the battery. That is a respectable choice, to be honest. Then we're gonna start building Marauders. Stalkers. Oh, they build so freaking fast these days, man. It's kind of crazy how fast they build. That's gonna stay alive with the grenade. That is great. And then we start building Hellions and a starport over here. I guess the Marauders, I should probably just keep them hidden for a little while, huh? I think it's the right way to go about it. Let's see. Okay, units number 3 and 4 on the way now. Let's get another one. Obviously, if it's Stargate, we're going to be a little bit screwed, but I don't think it is going to be Stargate, because I've played against Latalex a couple times, and I think he's a pretty standard guy, actually, which means he's probably going to play Twilight. Exactly. There you go. Yeah, that is killable from the low ground, but it's scary. Like, I could use my Reaper and my Marauders to do it, but is that smart? That is a whole nother question entirely. Actually, I could bait him, though. Do I have enough to bait him? Oh, that is... Let's see, how many more units can I build? 1 more of each, right? That's it. Yeah, 1 more of each. This is all the units I'm going to be able to build, guys. You are looking at it right now on your screen, okay? Marauder... Oh, wait, he's going to see my Marauder. That is a bit annoying, but is it a huge deal? I'm not sure. But he did not pay attention? Oh, he did make a battery after all. This is good damage, though, against the battery, to be fair. But I need to be very careful here. Actually, wait. I should make a command center so it looks like I have a follow-up. I think that's the best thing that I can do, actually. Here, we make a command center. And I believe that... Yeah, this is it for the units, guys. Here we go. Okay, Medevac comes in. We snipe the pylon. That's gonna stop Stim for a while. Or, sorry, Blink for a while. Okay. Should I go in here? Actually, maybe I should go in here. I think I should, actually, yeah. We're gonna go in straight here. Look at that. Okay. Well, a little bit of struggle with the micro and the ping here, to be honest. Yeah, these Hellions are gonna do pretty good, but are they gonna do good enough? That is the question. Keep in mind that Blink was depowered for a little bit. Medevac is still alive as well. Okay. Maybe you can pick that one up. There we go. That's a nice pickup. Okay, gotta be very, very careful over here. It's gonna be very close. I think I need to kill this pylon. Yeah, this is the problem. Like, realistically, this attack is a success, but this is all the units I'm gonna be able to build. He's actually using his shield battery energy to heal that pylon, which I think is probably a little bit of a mistake, actually. Let's see. Can I get in here? Yeah, this sucks for me, guys. I think this is going to be... let's see. Micro is decent enough. Yeah, this game, just to be honest, guys, this is a win. You know, in a regular 1v1 game, this is a win. But sadly, for the 10-unit challenge, it is not going to be a win. And this was a very, very close one. Really enjoyed this attack. I'm not quite sure if I had a killing move. It's very possible that I could have. At this point, I had 2 decisions, okay? I was... this Marauder being here is a bit annoying. So I had 2 decisions. Either I go in here, kill the pylon, which is what I did. Or I was thinking about just elevatoring here instantly. He was never going to get Blink in that case, right? But Blink also probably wasn't going to matter. And this was 2 gateways over here. It's a really, really difficult choice, honestly. I mean, in hindsight, I know that I should have gone here. Because now we know that this bay doesn't work. But honestly, it's questionable, right? If this Marauder was already here, I think I would have done it for sure. But this Marauder was very awkward. Then I would have had 4 Hellions and 1 Reaper into the main base as well. Actually, Reaper could have jumped in right away by itself, not needing the Medevac. This entire main base would have died outside of the range of the battery. Yeah, I think think this would have been the winning play, but it would have been very close depending on his micro. Because once again, if he doesn't leave the game, this is all I can make. And he's still going to have the batteries down here, and he's going to have the force field. So it would have been tough. First loss of the day. Let's go to game number 4. Okay, game number 4 is against another Grandmaster Zerg. Now this time we are going to go for the proxy 3-Rax Reaper, just like I did against the Terran player. Against Zerg, this actually does work in a little bit of a different way. So against Terran, it is pretty much 100% Reaper micro. You can send the SCV in or not. It honestly, it barely matters. It matters a little bit, but it barely matters. Against Zerg, it's a bit more tactical. So the way this would work against Zerg is by using a bunker. So I'm going to need at least 1 SCV. I'll probably need 2. Judging by how this is going so far, probably need 2 to keep my bunker alive, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can do it reactively. I don't have to plan it out in advance. I guess I can always pull 1 SCV back or forward. Doesn't really matter that much. Probably should focus more on actually playing well rather than try to figure out the 100% perfect strategy. It doesn't actually exist. But anyway, again, Zerg, the way you do this is you build a bunker in between their bases. Usually here, you can also hide it a bit more in the corner as you want. And the idea of that bunker is that you cut off their production, because they're going to have a hatchery 1, hatchery 2, Zerglings spawning from both places. They're definitely going to make some mistakes. I've never seen a Zerg not make a mistake in that case, actually. Rallying their Zerglings back and forth through the bunker and stuff. So getting the bunker up is actually incredibly important, and that's why we need the SCV way more than we do against Terran. Now this map is not the best Reaper map ever, but it's also not terrible, I want to say. Like, at least we have a jump up cliff, right? Which is going to be here. It's a double one, actually. So it's 1-2, which makes it a little bit less than ideal. But I still think it should be okay. So SC2 number 2, SCV number 2 is going to be as a backup over there, be on standby. SCV number 1 is just going to run in and build a bunker. Oh, I believe that is a very fast hatchery, actually. That might have been an extractor trick hatchery first, which I'm not happy to see. That's going to make bunkering a little bit harder. Queens are going to be faster as well. No gas at all, I believe. Is that correct? I think it is. Let's see. Let's get him away from that bunker. Yeah, he's going to see it. Let me just micro that away for a second. The ping here is pretty brutal, actually. Okay, let's see. If we can get away, then it's going to be good enough. There we go. Second SCV is going to go for that. I want that Reaper to heal up. If it gets a hit, it stops healing. So that's why I really needed that. I'm going to bring this one back, actually, because I think I'll need it. I'm going to try and go for the bunker. I can probably grenade it away, actually. Look at this. I can grenade it away. One more time, maybe. Another grenade away. One more time. Oh my goodness, it actually worked. Let's get in here real quick. There we go. And we did manage to get inside. Now, I won't need the extra SCV. And that means that I can... Oh, that Reaper is very low HP. And that means that I can go up to 9 Reapers, I believe. So that is 1 more than I'm currently building. Spine is going to die, which is delicious. Actually, I can... If he wants to come back. You look at that. Yeah, this is where the bunker is good, guys. He can't really make stuff. Terran is called, because this was totally a balance-related victory. And that is win number 3. Now, I actually wonder about his build in this case, because I think his build is either a free win for him or a free win for me, and I'm not quite sure which one it is. Let me explain. So he doesn't have gas, which means he can't make link speed, and he can't make roaches. However, I feel like most of the time you probably will have defended it before that point. And in that case, his build would be the best. Like, this bunker should have never gotten up. He was just too greedy. He could have pulled drones. He even saw the other SCV coming. He was very lazy with the micro on these Zerglings, by the way. Then eventually decides to make a spine because he's like, oh, maybe this is actually a threat. I think... if this is a really good Reaper map, this is probably very good for Terran. On this map, where there's 1 cliff and is really far away from the natural, and it's a double cliff, it's probably a good build for Zerg. So his complaint was, I think, unjustified. Let's get to game number 5. Okay, the final game of the day is against another Grandmaster Protoss, and this is the only matchup that we have lost so far. And I would like to correct that. Now, do we go for the same strategy? Do we think we can make it work? Honestly, we could have. And I think it might actually be the best strategy as well. Like Proxy Marine against Protoss is useless. Battlecruiser Rush, probably useless. What else is there, really? Is there not? Oh, I only need 1 SCV. Not that many options. Proxy Double Rax Marauder could work, but I do feel like that is a very SCV pool heavy strategy. I believe I mentioned that before as well. Like, you can kill someone's natural, but the moment they go up into the main base or they get enough batteries out, it's still good for the proxy marauder in theory, but that's only if you go for the SCV pool, which I'm not going to be allowed to do. So I think we're going to go for the same strategy and just try to execute it better. If we get that same choice that we got in game number 3, I will this time go for the elevator on top of the high ground instead. And then hopefully we can make it work. Would be very, very nice to close this episode off with a 4-1 score, 80% win rate, making less than 10 units. Only one loss I can live with. Was also a very strong player, by the way, 5.9k MMR. Also, I've seen that guy above 6k. So it is what it is. And we were close, you know? Wasn't an absolute blowout. We were close, so nothing to complain about, really. Haven't seen a probe scout yet. It should really arrive about now. Otherwise, it's getting a little bit suspicious, right? Let's see. If we're gonna get proxy gated, I think that would be bad for us. I don't think we can actually make something happen in time against the proxy gate, because he's just gonna have too many units, right? Let's see. Okay, it's a normal Nexus. It's just a no scouter, or a very late scout, actually. I stand corrected. Okay, another time the pylon is over here. That is nice. I like seeing that. Okay, beautiful. Actually, I can keep mining gas because I don't need minerals for follow-up, I guess, so... Okay, let's see if I can kill this probe real quick. Barely not, he was paying attention, unfortunately for me. Then I'm gonna go in with the Reaper, same thing as last time, and then we're gonna go for the 4 Marauder, 4 Hellion, 1 Medevac combination. That is the play. Oh, that is a pretty late Cybercore as well, no? Or was my barracks just that close? Now, I did see him chrono boosted, his gateway rather. Okay, there we go. There's gonna be 1 probe down, that is nice. I think my... Oh, I killed the probe. Oh, that is very nice. I was gonna say, I'm afraid that I might have lost my SCV building the factory in the meantime, but I did not. That's great news. Love that. Okay. Starport's going down, and then, yeah, we just build depots. We don't even have to build more SCVs than this, actually, because... Actually, wait, the best strategy maybe would have even had very few SCVs, thinking about it, right? Probably should have thought about that before the episode, but... I guess... You only need as many SCVs just so you can finish the build. You don't actually need any more than that. Now, he's gonna go for a battery, which is something to keep in mind. I could theoretically not show anything as well, right? Is that smart? I mean, if he's playing Stargate, we're cooked anyway. So he's probably not gonna play Stargate because it's, you know, 2026 TVP, so he's probably gonna play Blink, but obviously don't know that for sure. I mean, not showing anything is so risky, but I think we're actually going to go for it. Let me send this SCV back home before I accidentally use it in the fight. Now, I have 3 Marauders. I could try and attack this pylon already. Maybe not the craziest idea. How many Hellions do I have? I can make 1 more, and I believe this is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be my 10 units that I'm allowed to build. So no more units from this point on. That is a Scouting Phoenix. That is good news, because the Scouting Phoenix probably means that... he did not play Stargate, which is great. Okay, so now he sees my attack over here. And now we're going to be able to snipe this pylon, which is very great news. Maybe we can even... He doesn't have a lot of use. I think he was greedy, actually, here, guys. I think he might have been greedy. Okay, so what we do here is... I'm not going to do the same thing. I am going to go for the thing. Here we go. He's actually going to chase these, funnily enough. This is one of those moves that's honestly not a good play, but because of the challenge I'm doing, it might be, and that annoys me. See, I have 1 Hellion over here. This Hellion is going to go absolutely ham, by the way. It's going to be so good against the probes. Here we go. Triple CC, because I might as well. He's going to target a Medevac, which I should be able to micro out of the way, I think. Let's get another Stalker over here. Can I save the Medevac once more? I can. And now we kill the Sentry. Can I move around a little bit? I have the space to move around. Let's kill that Sentry. The Hellions are now coming into the base. G is called. And we have freaking done it. There we go. Beautiful. Wait, I didn't realize that. I was wondering why he wasn't making units, but I stopped. Isn't that way too late? Wait, did he forget it or something? Or is this build actually crazy? Oh, he did forget it for a while. Let's freaking go. Oh, that's so funny. Well, I never would have thought that we would be able to deny Warp Gate, to be honest. Also, 0 Chrono Boost on it, by the way. Twilight Council in the front, Chrono Boost Blink. Then we get the pilot. That is absolutely brutal. We even got a bit unfortunate. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was about the 4th Marauder. This time, I didn't pick it up by accident, The last time I didn't go up because I didn't have it yet. And here you can see how important it was, because honestly, I needed that 4th Marauder for this. And then he made kind of a crazy decision to chase it all the way down instead of saving his main base, which once again would have been a pretty horrible play if I was not limited to 10 units only. But obviously, he didn't know that. Now, this is great. There we go. We got the revenge for the other game, and we did it by changing our decision that led to our defeat last time. This time with the mistakes. Actually, no, we did win this game. I was going to say maybe he left too early, but I think we did indeed win this game because these Stalkers were not anywhere near completion. So he was going to lose every single probe. And I mean, he could have stayed in the game with 1 probe against 30 with 3 CCs, but that would have been a little bit crazy. He would have needed to be a psychic for that. But that's going to be it for today. We go 4-1 today. 1 loss against Letalex, who played very, very well. Could have gone 5-0 in a perfect day, but I'm still happy with this 5-0. 4-1 with building less than 10 units per game. Pretty fantastic at Grandmaster level, and that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next time. Adios.